Good morning, this is Tim McGowan for the Finance News Network. US equities were modestly lower and fairly uneventful Monday trading, though ending off their worst levels. Stocks fell on Monday as trading opened in August, with some investors questioning whether the recent rally has further to run following the best month since 2020. This week, investors have more economic data and company earnings to digest. The July non-farm payrolls report from the Bureau of Labour Statistics will give more insight into the labour market. Solid jobs growth has led economists to say that the US is currently not in a recession, despite 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP. Earnings are due from Caterpillar, PayPal and Starbucks. Of course, in Australia today, we have the RBA rate decision at 2:30 p.m. Overnight, all 3 major indexes snapped 3-day winning streaks, with the S&P 500 down 0.28%, the Nasdaq lost 0.18%, the Dow Jones lost 0.14%, the 30 stock Dow slipped even though Boeing jumped 6.13% after the US approved a plan to resume 787 deliveries. A better than expected manufacturing report helped sentiment. Shares of chip makers like AMD and Nvidia rebounded into positive territory and remained there all day. The report also showed that prices slipped, a positive development amid high inflation. The energy sector was a big drag on the markets as oil prices fell 4.8% as weak manufacturing data from China and Europe weighed on the demand outlook, while investors braced for this week's meeting of officials from OPEC and other top crude producers on supply. Shares of Diamondback Energy, ExxonMobil, Chevron and Devon Energy all traded lower. In currency news, the US dollar index was down 0.4%, with the yen strength the story in FX once again. One Australian dollar has strengthened to the US dollar yesterday, buying 70.27 US cents. In commodity news, gold renewed a 1-month high on Monday on the back of a decline in the US dollar, with investors awaiting economic data that could influence the path of the Fed Reserve policy tightening. Gold gained 0.3%. Strategists argued gold has more room to the upside given major issues with Russia, Ukraine and China, and as the US dollar runs into some resistance. And with further geopolitical uncertainty also in play, with US House Speaker Pelosi expected to visit Taiwan this week, a trip that will test China's appetite for confrontation. Silver was up 0.8%. Iron ore futures are pointing to a 1.1% fall today. Copper was down 0.8%, breaking 6 straight daily increases. In nickel news, it appears that the Indonesian government is the latest to impose a royalty tax or export tax as the government seeks to boost revenues from exports. Bitcoin futures closed down 4.3%. On Monday, the SEC said it charged 11 people for their role in creating and promoting an alleged fraudulent crypto pyramid and Ponzi scheme that raised more than $300 million from investors. The scheme, called Visage, claimed to be a decentralised smart contract platform and allowed millions of retail investors to enter into transactions via smart contracts that operated on the Ethereum, Tron and Binance blockchains. But under the hood, the SEC alleges that for more than 2 years, the setup functioned like a standard pyramid scheme in which investors earn profits by recruiting others into the operation. Today on the ASX, the SPI futures are pointing to a 0.3% fall. This is Tim McGowan for the Finance News Network. Have a good day.